Manchester United could be given a huge boost ahead of their battle against bitter rivals Liverpool on Sunday. Watch live, 9:05 a.m. Eastern Time on NBCSN and online via NBCSports.com. More, Rashford to Barcelona? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed that both Anthony Martial and Jesse Lingard are much closer to returning from injury than previously thought. The star wingers, who have shown under Solskjaer since he arrived as caretaker boss in December, were both injured in the first half of United's 2-0 UEFA Champions League defeat to Paris Saint-Germain on Feb. 12. Speaking to the media ahead of the massive game against Liverpool, a promising update on the duo arrived from Solskjaer. Jesse is looking okay. I hope with Anthony, Solskjaer said. Anthony's was a different muscle, so we think he might be ready and hope that Jesse will. We've got 2 more days, so they've got to get through these 2 sessions. They've not been part of training yet, but they've been doing some recovery work. Now it is all about one thing: is it worth risking the duo suffering further injury? Quite likely. The drop-off in United's display against PSG was stark when Martial and Lingard went off, and although the likes of Romelu Lukaku, Alexis Sanchez and Juan Mata have stepped in well in recent weeks, the balance between Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford, Martial and Lingard just felt right in United's front 4 positions. You get the feeling that if Solskjaer has a chance of reuniting that quartet on Sunday, even if it's only for an hour, he will take it. And when you add in the factor that a win against Liverpool would seriously scupper the title chances of the latter, and it's safe to say at least one of Lingard or Martial will be in the starting lineup at Old Trafford. Both Martial and Lingard are essential to the new dynamic Manchester United playing at full throttle. Follow at JPW_NBC Sports. Cardiff City manager Neil Warnock knows his team was waxed by Watford on Friday, but he's lamenting the good start that didn't materialise when Daryl Janmaat fouled his winger inside the box. Recap: Cardiff 1-5 Watford. Jacob Murphy felt he'd won a penalty, as did the Cardiff faithful, but Simon Hooper did not point to the spot. Warnock said even the Hornets admitted the call was poor. Troy Deeney and all their staff told us it was a stonewall penalty, he said. And Warnock is furious. Even if Watford scored 5 goals to Cardiff's 1 the rest of the way, we got mauled in the end. It looks bad in the paper. I have never seen the players like that at halftime. Everyone was talking about the penalty that hasn't been given. Nobody can understand it. Decisions like that change the game. I can't understand why it wasn't given. It's a blatant penalty. It's no excuse for conceding 5, but everyone in the game knows it changes things. The referee is in a great position, so I just can't understand it. If you can't give decisions like that at this level, you shouldn't be refereeing. One might say that if the players were only talking about the play in question, that perhaps the manager might do well to do his best to turn the page on it quickly. It was only 1-0 at that point, and Cardiff's second half saw the Bluebirds conceded 4 times. Fines are coming Warnock's way. Follow at Nicolas Mendola. Babel strikes in 3rd minute for visitors. Chicharito scores handball goal. Diop nods home to complete Irons' comeback. West Ham United overcame an early stumble to punish Fulham's weak defending with a 3-1 defeat at the London Stadium on Friday. The London Derby win pushes the Irons 9th with 34 points, 6 behind 7th place Watford. Fulham remains 19th with 18 points. Ryan Babel scored for Fulham, while Javier Chicharito, Hernandez, Issa Diop, and Michail Antonio were West Ham's scorers. More, watch full place match replays. Dennis Odoi and Ryan Sessegnon worked down the left to help Fulham to its surprising opener, queuing up a left-footed cross from the ladder that Babel darted into the 6-slash behind Łukasz Fabianski. The lead lasted 26 minutes, but it would have lasted longer had the referee spotted Hernandez's hand slapping the ball into the goal after his head nodded at the orb. Shockingly, no Fulham player protested, and it was 1-1. West Ham went ahead 11 minutes later, Diop waltzing into the area to nod Robert Snodgrass' corner kick inside the near post. Manuel Lanzini entered the game late, getting a fine cheer en route to his long-anticipated return from injury. Sergio Rico made a fine one-handed stop on Marko Arnautovic to stymie a late second-half bid to ensure West Ham's lead. As Fulham rarely looked prepared to pot an equaliser, perhaps it was fitting that West Ham got a third with a dominant sequence in stoppage time. Antonio was the finisher after Arnautovic and Lanzini made themselves menaces on the right of the box. Video, Premier League highlights. 50 Javier Hernandez has become the first Mexican player to score 50 Premier League goals, all 50 have been scored inside the box. Opportunist. Deulofeu went from 9 to 12 Pita leaders goals in one afternoon, hitting a skittering shot home in the first half before using his electric pace to carve up the Cardiff backline and put together his hat-trick. Deeney scored a second in stoppage time, as Watford reclaimed 7th in the Premier League table with 40 points. Cardiff stays 17th with 25 points, with Saul Bamba scoring the Bluebirds' goal. Video, Premier League highlights. Deulofeu's first goal was a grounder through traffic from atop the 18, but his next two required more engine. The Spaniard raced down the pitch and cut around Neil Etheridge to slot his second goal on a laser-precise counter, and the third goal looked similar as he slotted into an open goal. He then worked a defender on the left of the box before cutting back for Deeney in a place the big striker enjoys. Bamba's finish of a goalmouth scramble was Cardiff's only answer, and Deeney swept up the scoring in stoppage. More, Premier League schedule. 3 of Gerard Deulofeu's 10 Premier League goals have come against Cardiff City. Favoritism. OptaJoe, at OptaJoe, February 22, 2019. More, Premier League stats. Follow at Nicolas Mendola. Aren't Friday afternoon kickoffs delightful, at least on this side of the Atlantic Ocean? Stream, second halves, live, Cardiff City 021.